Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for another video on this Thursday night, December the 14th, 2023. Back at you again with another goddamn video right here on the Peter fucking Joseph YouTube wrestling channel and other things. And that's youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right fucking now to this very channel and my other channels down there in the description box below, otherwise known as the basement. So do it now, like right now, at this very minute. Do it now. Like the video, stick that thumb straight up the wahoo, and turn on all notifications. Hit the bell, turn on all notifications, and miss the next video. Follow me on social media if you dare, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But if you're not real, you're pretty much fake and you're a bitch and you need to get a life. And that's that. Also share the video all over the internet and hit the bell so you don't miss the next video, because if you do, you're pretty much SOL, and I think we all know what that means. That's that. You missed it, you missed it. I can't help you. And that's it. So once again, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish. You don't have to, but if you're going to leave stupid comments, you can go fuck yourself and jump in a hole and don't come out. And that's it. And if this is your very first time watching me, you just, floating around YouTube here on this Thursday night, and maybe you see my gorgeous, sexy face on the side, or even on the homepage. Man, you want to take a look-see, and you want more, hit that bell to get more. And if you want more of it, because I know you do, then hit that subscribe button on this channel and my other channel. Show me all your love and support. And if you're a real subscriber, great, thank you for that. And if you're a schmuck with 6,000 fucking fake accounts, sub to me. I don't really give a shit, because you're gonna get blocked anyway. So why sub to me? I mean, it's a proven fact. Why sub to me if you're gonna get blocked anyway? But thank you for the free sub and the free view, because you watch all my fucking shit. It's a proven fact. I don't sub to any of these insignificant people. I don't care about them. But in any case, if you like what you see, well, welcome to the party, pal. If you have just subscribed, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride, and if you don't like it, get the fuck off and go sub to somebody else. Don't waste my fucking time. Or pretty much, don't waste your time, because you're really not wasting my time. But it is what it is. If you don't like me, I don't give a shit. I'd like to see you do a better video than me, but some of you can't, so. But I mean, it is what it is. If you want to get clout off my name, then by all means do it. I don't give a shit. That's all, because that's all you can do, because anybody else you talk about, you may not get the same amount of clout views off their name, but I mean, to each their own. I don't really care. Because in reality, I'm pretty much better than half the people on this website. But not everybody. I'm not saying everybody. Most people. Most of these schmucks out on there, but on here. But it is true. Whether it be real life or even on here. And that's that. But let's not talk about that. Alright, so if you're new here, thank you for the free view, thank you for the sub, and if you leave a comment, as long as it's a good comment, thank you for that too. And I hope you enjoy the ride, and like I said, if you don't like it, unsubscribe, block me, and get the fuck out of here. I mean, that's what the block button's for. That's what the X button on top of your computer is for. Or if you have a phone, you can just click out somehow. You don't have to watch me. I really don't care. But thank you. You actually went on my channel. You went on my video. Thank you anyway. And that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's Thursday night, and you know what that means. Hope everybody had a great Thursday. The weekend is here. The weekend before Christmas, my friends. We are 11 days away from the great Christmas day and level 47. But we got that, and we are just about to hit 2 weeks. We're almost 2 weeks away from the end of the year, my friends. So we are counting down the days, the minutes, the hours, the seconds, so that stupid ball drops from the top of Times Square. Hopefully it'll get stuck sometime soon, but it never gets stuck. Imagine it did, that'd be funny as hell. But it'll still be 2024, but imagine a ball got stuck. What do we do? Can't do shit! It'll be funny, like, the ball drops, what do we do? We can't go back! What happened to then? We missed it. When will it be now? Soon! When? Who? You gotta love Spaceballs, man. Spaceballs are like a timeless classic. I really wish they remade that, but they can't. I mean, who are you gonna... If they remade it, they had to put, like, new people in there. Because they can't get Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis is, like, ancient old. Freaking... The guy who plays Lone Star is old. Barf is dead. John Candy's pretty much dead. Dot Matrix, Joan Rivers, who played her, dead. Daphne Zuniga, who played Princess Vespa, still alive, but she's old as fuck. Pretty much everybody in that movie is old as fuck. Or dead. So if you want to recreate it, yeah, you can do it with new people, which I don't know who you can get for those people, but... I would have, Gabrielle, Mr. Fluffy, the comedian, as Barf. That would be funny as hell. Who would you get as Lone Star? I hate to say this, but, Ryan Reynolds could play Lone Star. Who would play Dark Helmet? Logan Paul could play Dark Helmet. I mean, he is an asshole. And he could do that line even great. I can't believe it, I'm surrounded by assholes! And then Jake Paul's next to him. Because he is an asshole. Major asshole. That's what the Paul brothers are, major assholes. I'd like to slap the fucking shit out of them, but... That's neither here or there. So you could probably put Logan Paul and Jake Paul together as, Colonel Sanders and Dark Helmet. But then who do you... Yeah, I would put Kim Kardashian as Princess Vespa, because she's a whore. Or any of the Kardashians. Who else? General Scroob? I don't know who you could put there. Even Yogurt would pretty much be played by the same guy that plays, General Scroob. King Roland, you have to find somebody old to play King Roland. I don't know who they can get there. I don't even know anybody else that played a major part in that. I mean, it's a toss-up. Who you want to get, but I would really like them to recreate Spaceballs in like an updated version. But then again, I wonder who would play Pizza the Hut. Pizza the Hut, Oh, pizza, you're so tasty. Craziness. But imagine Spaceballs got redone. That would be hilarious. I'd mark out for that, but probably never seen it in a lifetime. Because there's so many spoof movies that fail. Not Scream, sorry. The Wayans brothers spoof. Scary Movie. The first couple movies were good, and the last few have been ridiculously dumb. I mean, and then you got, what's her name, Medea's, all those movies, like, of Medea, whatever her name is, those movies are boring. I mean, there's no good spoof movie right now. That's been out years ago or even coming out. I mean, you gotta get a good spoof movie out every once in a while, And then the horror genre is pretty much garbage as it is. I mean, there's a new one coming out called Night Swim. Really? Don't drink the water! Was this Cabin Fever? Or the Last Cabin in the Woods, or whatever it was called? When he had it was they go to the woods and they can't drink the water because it makes them all fucked up and die. So now they have like a lurker in the freaking water, and people taking showers and they're getting like their flesh is coming out. I'm like, I've seen this movie before. I mean, come on. I mean, Saw 11's coming out, I think, next year. How many Saw movies we're gonna do? It was like the 12th actual movie, because Jigsaw was part of the freaking franchise. So it's really about 11 or 12. Maybe 13, who knows? I mean, Saw 10 was great. It had some good kills in it, but Jigsaw was good. I like Jigsaw, even though I don't know why Chris Rock was in it. Don't ask me about. And then I think it was Chris Rock and freaking Samuel L. Jackson. Like, what are these guys doing in a Saw movie? Basically, like, what? Kill this motherfucker! I can't. I don't know the combination. Well, fuck you then. Pretty much. I mean, it was a good movie, but still, I was like, Chris Rock in a horror movie? Samuel L. Jackson in a horror movie? I didn't get that. It's like having Busta Rhymes in Halloween H2O. Makes no freaking sense. Or Tyra Banks in the Halloween franchise. Or LL Cool J in Halloween Resurrection. No, was it Resurrection or H2O? I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? I mean, LL Cool J in a Michael Myers movie? That don't make sense. I mean, Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks. Alright, we'll make a new Halloween movie. We'll have Wiz Khalifa in the fucking movie. Or, maybe Eminem will come out and help Michael, he has the chainsaw. And then you see Leatherface like, what are you doing with my chainsaw? I mean, the horror genre is pure shit right now. I mean, how many fucking demonic possession movies we gotta get? I mean, The Nun 2 stunk. Bluntly, I will say it stunk. I was bored. Thanksgiving, that movie Thanksgiving, that was pretty decent. Not great, but still. I mean, I take that over freaking The Nun. The Exorcist Believer, that was boring. I was like, I had to shut the freaking stream off because I couldn't stay there. I was like, this sucks. I mean, I'll give Night Swim a chance, but I probably will not watch all of it. I cannot get through a horror movie because it's like, oh, we've seen this before. Same fucking plot. Most of them are the same fucking plot. Not the same as when it was back in the 80s and the 90s. I mean, we're never gonna get another Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Robert Englund doesn't even want to do it anymore, and he's pretty much old as fuck. And you could probably get, what's his name, I can't think of his name, the kid from the Bad News Bears, Kelly from the Bad News Bears who played, Freddy in the remake, which wasn't that great, because it made him Freddy look like a pedophile. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, okay, maybe you can get him to come back, but then again, like, why? Friday the 13th, I don't know if they're ever going to make another one. I doubt they'll get Kate Hodder to play, Jason. And what do we even do with Jason after the remake? Which had, who do you have, Sam from Supernatural as the protagonist? I mean, that was cool and all, but still, I'm like, is this Supernatural or this Friday the 13th? What is this? But I don't know if they'll do another Friday the 13th. I mean, Chucky's now on TV. There were talks of doing a Halloween TV show. I don't know how that'll plan out, but I mean, Chucky's been okay. The first 3 seasons have been decent. The second part of season 3, I think, is coming out. I don't know when. I thought it was gonna be next year, but who knows? With that, and pretty much everything else is bleh. I mean, they remade Hellraiser with a female Hellraiser. I thought that was cool. I mean, I did watch it. It was decent. They did a video game for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which wasn't even a great game. And then they did that stupid thing with AEW. Don't even get me started with that. But there hasn't been a great Leatherface movie. All the slasher movies have been pretty much boring. The last few. But Saw 10 was pretty decent. Scream 6, it was actually okay. But now, a couple of, I think the main girl that was in Scream 6, she says she don't want to do it anymore. So, Scream 7 won't be any good. I mean, why would you even make another one? But, like I said, the horror genre is pretty much boring as fuck. I can't get into it anymore. I can't. There's no slasher movies at all. I mean, the only thing we can actually hope on is Saw 11. The Final Destination movies after the first 2 stunk. Insidious movies, some of them, the first couple were good. I mean, the last one, what was it called? Insidious, The Red Door, I think it was called. I'm like, yeah, The Red Door, shut the fucking thing out. Get out of here. That wasn't really that great. I'm like, a couple jump scares, yeah, but nothing major, man. I mean, I can't get into it. I mean, Rosa loves horror movies. That's why we have Chiller and, watch old school stuff and maybe some new school stuff, which some of it's kind of cool, but nothing much. But or if you just go on Netflix and Amazon has some horror, not movies per se, but some of them are good, some of them are scary. Some of them are like, out of the world, what is this? But, she likes her horror movies, she likes getting scared and all that shit, but still, I can't get through a freaking horror movie, but like, same fucking plot! What is this? Yeah, some of the kills are like, oh, holy shit! He stuck a thing up his ass and it came out his dick, Like, oh, yeah, that's inventive. But the horror genre is starting to really be stale. It is stale. I can't get through it. Yeah, I can't get through it. Oh, there's a new horror movie coming out in January 2024. Alright, what's it called? Whatever it would be called, right? Okay, what's the plot? Demonic possession. Seen that before. I'm like, I'll just stay home and keep and not go out to the movie theater and waste 30 something bucks, whatever how much you buy it is for a fucking movie ticket these days. Pretty much, you're better off staying home. Either wait for it to get on DVD or get on HBO or HBO Max or even Max, which is really Max, but There is no HBO Max anymore. It's just called Max. You just wait for it to get on Max or anywhere, basically. But it is what it is. That's that. But we move on with pretty much all that. So, just wanted to talk a little bit about the horror genre, but this is not pertaining to the video, but I just felt like talking about it. But anyway, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this video. I want to talk a little bit about some things that I saw in the news. So, kind of like a news video slash, I don't know what you can call it, but anyway. First thing I want to really talk about is AEW and their possible TV deal going into 2024. Now, been a lot of talk lately with, now that CM Puke is with the WWE, and, Nick Khan, man, and, Paul Levesque Hunter, they wanted to go, they talked to the WBD, the Warner Bros. Distribution, in October, and then basically said, well, fuck you, we don't want nothing to do with you. Now that Punk is in and garnering a lot of views on YouTube and social media, Warner was like, okay, you got Punk? We'll talk. So, Punk and Nick Khan have been talking to Warner Bros. In New York, supposedly. Hunter was in New York. They talked for hours about possibly having Monday Night Raw on the WBD network, which is basically TNT. And who's on TNT? Oh, that's right, AEW. But seems like AEW, their relationship with Warner Brothers, not going so good, Al. Tony Khan is, not doing so good, and he's praising, like, oh, we have a great relationship with Turner. Bullshit. Bullshit. A freaking Rampage is freaking getting 225,000 views, or, like, below 500,000. That is just sad. And then Collision, which was supposed to be Punk's show. And Punk's not even there. So why even have the show on Saturday night? And they're barely getting around 500,000 now. Barely. If I was WB, the Warner Brothers Distribution, the higher-ups, I'm like, this is supposed to, where's CM Punk? This is supposed to be his show. Oh, that's right, he's with Hunter. He's with the WWE. So let's have Monday Night Raw go be on our network on Monday night, or whenever. Let's put more programming for WWE on our network. So, I don't know how long, Tony Khan and, the Warner Bros. Distribution's deal, it ends next year. So, I don't know what's going to happen with that, and what's going to happen with Monday Night Raw at this point. Still, they're talking to multiple networks that want them. And one of them is FX. Another one is Hulu. Another one is, Amazon. Who wants to watch it on Amazon Prime, right? But, since we're talking about Tony Khan and AEW, there was a story on Ringside News today. AEW may have another potential buyer for weekly programming. So, we'll talk about that. AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery, I said distribution, I meant Discovery, sorry about that, had quite a relationship, and it appears that things may change. It appears that WBD may not be happy with their deal. Uh-oh. I wonder if that, I doubt it's because of, the cursing and everything, even though I'm bleeping it. But the ratings, although they have also taken over key parts of AEW's operation. I'll get to that in a minute. Let me finish the story here. The scenario with Warner Bros. Discovery and AEW carries significant consequences, especially with AEW. Currently in talks with Warner Bros. Discovery for deals beyond television rights renewals, including possible streaming arrangements. WBD also gains a portion of AEW's streaming pay-per-view revenue through Bleacher Report. Okay. Nick Hausman, chimed in about the situation during his Rumor and Innuendo podcast, and he noted that FX may be in the picture to pick up AEW programming, and because FX was once said to be front-running to secure Raw's next television deal. So Raw could go on FX, and maybe Dynamite, maybe Rampage, and I don't know about Collision, but I would think AEW programming can go from Turner to go to FX. And a lot of people do have FX. And if you don't, I don't know what's wrong with you. I mean, I got it. I got 2 channels of that. FX and FX HD Plus. So. But I think your local cable provider, or even if you've got satellite, you probably will get FX. So I don't think it'll be a problem for most people to get FX and watch Dynamite or even Monday Night Raw on FX. So I don't think it'd be a major problem, but ratings-wise, I don't know, but we'll see with that. So, I mean, AEW right now, they say that, Tony Khan says, oh, we have a great relationship with Warner Brothers. I know, he's like, I spoke to them this morning, we had a good talk. Whether to believe that or not, I don't know. But, and then, you have Warner Brothers saying, we're not pleased with with AEW's deal with Tony Khan and everything. So anyway, Nick Hausman said that, seems like there will be some suitor or some kind of some kind for AEW. One network that was brought up to me, which is like, I can see this, I don't know if there's anything to it, is FX, who seem to want to market toward the younger, rebellious audience. So that's basically the 18 to 42 demographic, which is always highly contested between WWE and AEW. Fox is now getting out of the WWE business, so their deal ends pretty much in end of September of next year. So maybe a bit of ball and cup there. I don't know what that meant, but take it with a grain of salt. There is speculation that WBD holds ownership stakes in AEW, an assertion Tony Khan neither affirmed nor refuted. He opted to discuss his complete control over voting and decision-making power. And recent WWE ownership, distinct from Vincent Kennedy McMahon's approach, indicates lesser inclination towards seeing brand exclusivity. Tony Khan has declared his allegiance to WBD, committing to remain with them even if a different entity presents a slightly higher offer. Following the Ring of Honor acquisition 2 years ago, he exclusively approached WBD stations, showing loyalty despite CW's prior interest in Ring of Honor. I still don't understand why Tony Khan didn't even go with the CW to have Ring of Honor on a major network like the CW. And now the CW has NXT in October. Great job, Tony. Great job. Pretty much the Titanic is sinking fast. It is crumbling at this point. You see cracks in the foundation already. Freaking half the talent don't want to be there. They want to jump over to Hunter and, be with WWE. There's infighting between people. I mean, guys like Keith Lee, like, I want to get out of here because I don't have any TV time. Freaking other people are yelling at Tony Khan, I can't get on TV. Matt Hardy saying the same thing. Matt Hardy and pretty much Matt Hardy is like, our run sucks right now. It could have been a whole lot better if we were on TV more, obviously. I mean, there's a lot of people in Ring of Honor and AEW, and Tony Khan has to juggle like 6,000 shows to put all these people on. I think he has a roster of like 300. I don't know how much exactly, but he's got a lot of people on that show, on those shows. You can't get everybody on a show with, a 2-hour show on Dynamite and Collision, then a 1-hour show on Rampage, and then you got like about an hour to almost a 2-hour show of Ring of Honor. Then you gotta, if you do a pay-per-view, you gotta throw in people like, oh, all right, we're not going to use you, but we'll throw you on the pay-per-view for like 5 minutes. 5 fucking minutes. Oh, we'll give you a nice payday. Pfft, you're right. All right, Tony, I'll go on the pay-per-view. You pay me about $5,000. Just a job. I mean, nice. Thank you. Thank you for my Christmas present, asshole. But I don't know where AEW is going to go next year. Right now, I don't even know if AEW is going to be a company next year. I mean, there's talk that MJF might jump ship. I don't think he is, because he said some pretty good things lately about Tony Khan, about AEW, that he loves it in AEW. There was recent rumors saying that he signed a secret deal, like a 3-year deal, so he's gonna be in AEW through 2027. Who knows with that? Other people have been kind of discussing jumping ship, like Wardlow, his contract up soon. Ricky Starks, always, a target for WWE right now. Maybe some of the women might come over to WWE. Not that they need to go there, because WWE's women's roster is, like, massive. I mean, where are you going to fit half these women? I mean, I think all of them should go to Impact, but that's just me, but... I mean, Deonna Purrazzo is a free agent. People saying that she should go back to WWE, and I'm like, why? Because they screwed her over the first time she was there? Why would you want to go back? Kind of makes no sense to me, but see where Deonna Purrazzo goes. I think she goes to AEW. I think she'll be lost in the shuffle, like just like every other woman going to AEW. It's like Mercedes Moné going to AEW. I mean, you gotta showcase her every fucking week. That's not gonna happen. I mean, when Paige came in, Saraya Knight, everyone was like, yeah, Saraya, yeah, it's great! And then she was like, on and off TV for a few weeks, and then she wins the belt in her hometown, and what happened? She lost the belt the next fucking week or so to Hikaru Shida, and then Shida loses to Toni Storm, who was in that fatal 4-way match, and they only gave it to Saraya because of, she's from London and everything. And now you got an Australian, which is Toni Storm, having a belt, and she's probably going to be facing Rio at the pay-per-view, beat Rio, and they're like, oh, who beats freaking Toni Storm now? I mean, you got these people have these belts and hardly defend it. I mean, Athena's Athena's defending the belt against an actual opponent in Billy Starks tomorrow night at Ring of Honor's Final Battle. I think Billy Starks will Athena will finally lose the belt after a year. And she's been talking about going back up to the main roster to do what? To just sit in catering and wait? Like every other woman on that fucking roster? Britt Baker's hurt. I don't know when she's coming back. Thunder Rosa's not medically cleared yet. She's all ready to go, but we don't know when she's coming back. And pretty much everybody else you see once in a blue moon. Sky Blue you see every once in a while on AEW programming. Ruby Soho, the same thing. I mean, you have an AEW Women's Champion, Toni Storm. You gotta showcase her at least once a week or so. And then, Julia Hart, the TBS Champion, basically on Collision. Once in a while on, Rampage, and once in a while on Dynamite. I mean, she's on a collision course with my girl Abaddon. Whenever that match happens. But then, after Toni Storm beats Rio, and Abaddon loses to Julia Hart, what happens? Who's the next one in line? I don't think Tony Khan has an idea. I mean, when was the last time the Acclaimed freaking defended the belts? We haven't seen them in a while since they got beat up by the minions of the devil. And Anthony Bowens got put through a plate glass window. We haven't seen him really. I don't know what's happening with the Trios titles. And then you got the Ring of Honor Trios titles, which are held by the Gates of Agony and Brian Cage, once again. When are they going to defend the belts? If ever. You're having a tournament, a Survival of the Fittest tournament, which is nice. Six-way scramble for the vacant TV title. Probably going to Kyle Fletcher. Is he going to defend the belt all the time? Probably not. Wheeler Yuta supposed to face Hook for the probably for both belts. I mean, really, do we want to see Wheeler Yuta with the FTW title? He barely defends that Pure title. He just won it like about a week or so ago from Shibata. I don't really know what Tony Khan is even doing right now. He can't run Ring of Honor at all. At all. Because you have champions that have been champions for way too long, and they barely defend the belt on TV. Or even on Ring of Honor programming. Then you're once in a while you see them on Dynamite or Rampage or Collision defending the Pure title or the tag titles. And the tag titles are MJF and... well, it can't be Adam Cole right now because Adam Cole's hurt and he's not coming back for a while. So why can't they just vacate the belts? But Tony Khan don't even want to do that. He thought about it, but he's not... If you thought about it, then do it. Do we really have to see Max defend the Ring of Honor belts with Samoa Joe, most likely, at World's End on the pre-show, and then they have to fight each other in the main event? I mean, what is this, freaking All In all over again? I mean, when MJF and Adam Cole, who were fighting over the AEW title in the main event of All In, They had to like, oh, we gotta put that match to the side. We have to be friends. We gotta defend the Ring of Honor tag team belts against the Dark Order or wherever they fought. And then, like 4 hours later, we gotta be enemies. You know Tony Khan's gonna do something stupid like that again. He's gonna have MJF team up with Joe to probably face the Kingdom. I mean, who's the logical odd team out? The Kingdom are going to win the tag team belts, never defend it, most likely. And then you get it off Joe and MJF finally. Well, just get it off MJF and Adam Cole will say, like, hey, I never lost the belt. Makes no freaking sense to me. Why have a tag team champions that don't defend the belt? Or they just defend it on a freaking pre-show, which should not happen. And they're not even being defended tomorrow. There is no Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship being defended. The Pure Championship not even defended. Tony Khan does not know shit all what to do with Ring of Honor right now. Doesn't know anything right now, and pretty much, I mean, I hate to agree with Eric Bischoff, but right now, Ring of Honor is an indie promotion. It pretty much is an indie promotion that has no TV deal. Oh, we're gonna watch it online. Where we're gonna have to pay $9.99 a month just to watch it every fucking week. Unless you're like me, you get it for free. But anyway, that's besides the point. The thing is, I don't know what Tony Khan's going to do regarding the TV deal. I mean, you had Ring of Honor on the CW on a fucking silver platter, Tony Khan, and you fucked that up. Pretty much like you're fucking your own company up. The morale is horrible right now. Everybody's fighting within. People want to leave, so let them leave. Let him leave. Ricky Starks, let him go to WWE, be with his good friend Cody. Waldo, let him go to WWE and be a monster in NXT. Anybody else? Probably go to WWE or Impact. Because I don't know how anybody would stay in AEW right now if they're not even getting five minutes of freaking TV time a week. Or a month, really. I think Britt Baker said that the total time she's had on TV or promo time has been 5 fucking minutes. That is sad. That's fucking sad. AEW right now is crumbling from within. I dare to say that they'll be done in 2024. But then things can change, who knows? But right now, it is not looking good at all for a company that's barely 5 years in right now. They started in 2019. Or 18, whatever it was. But they're pretty much on year 5 or getting close to year 6. And on TV, they're about to hit, next year they'll hit year 5. So, I don't know what AEW is going to be doing right now, but regarding TV, they might go to FX. Warner Bros. Will say, "Well, fuck you guys. We're gonna have WWE on our network because it's red fucking hot right now." And they got Punk as leverage. I mean, what could have been with AEW? We all thought there was going to be great competition for WWE. I mean, AEW was destroying NXT on Wednesday nights for like a year or so. And then Hunter became smart. It's like, all right, let's put it on Tuesday nights. And still, they were getting beat in the daily ratings, between Tuesday and Wednesday nights. And even when they were head to head on Tuesday nights, AEW at the time was kicking their ass. Not so much this year because NXT destroyed Dynamite by 300,000 views. Because they had a humongous card. Like, the GOAT of all GOATs, The Undertaker was there. Cody, Cena. Freaking Becky. I mean, freaking HBK and Nick Khan and pretty much Hunter all put out all the stops and say, hey, Tony Khan, top that. And all Tony Khan did was have Edge in the main event. Great television, Tony Khan. Great way to try to make us channel surf and channel switch like WCW and WWE did back in the Monday Night Wars. It was a war back then. WCW was pretty much kicking WWE's ass for 82 straight weeks until Vince got it through his head. It's like, hey, we gotta change something here before we go out of business. And that's how they became the Attitude Era, and then the Monday Night Wars began. And then, it was a dogfight for a while until basically WWE just dismantled WCW back in 98, 99. And then WCW died in 2001. Vince bought the company, where he was Shane, but whatever. Vince bought the entire company. Everybody from WCW either went to TNA, or they went somewhere else, or they gotta, bite the bullet and work for Vince, and then none of them wanted to work for Vince. And then ECW died off, around the same time. And then it got resurrected with the 2 epic one-night stand shows. And then Vince's like, all right, I'm going to buy ECW now. And then basically buried ECW, made it WWE ECW, a really shitty, watered-down version of ECW. That died in 2008. And pretty much, then the fucking PG era comes around, and basically that is still killing WWE right now. I don't even know. It's not even PG. It still has the elements of PG, but there is some edginess to it. But it's like an edgy PG, not even TV-14. But right now, WWE's had the second part. I would say the second part of the year for NXT has been very good, and the same for WWE right now. Now that they got Punk, they're probably going to get Mercedes Moné back in January at the Royal Rumble. They got Jade Cargill. They got Julia coming in and probably by Stand and Deliver by April. WWE is going to just obliterate and probably, I hate saying this, I think next year WWE will put AEW out of business. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but the way that AEW is looking for AEW right now, It's not looking good. I think they'll still be competitive per se, depending if they go to FX or stay on TNT, and maybe TBS. But at this point, freaking Hunter, he already called checkmate on Tony Khan by having CM Punk come back. I mean, what else does he have to do? Call game? I pretty much call a game now. He's just putting the final nails in the coffin of Tony Khan and AEW right now. He has the casket all ready. He just has to put some more nails in it and then shut AEW up for good. And he's getting very close. Because right now, like I said, the morale in AEW is not that great, Al. Not that good. People want to leave. People want TV time. They're not getting it. I mean, Tony Khan's having infighting. Production looks like shit. Ratings are not as good as they used to be. They lost like 134, I think it was 34 million or something around there. This whole year. I think it was 34 or 134 million. That's bad. Because nobody's going to the shows anymore. I mean, you see all these pictures on Twitter and some on YouTube where people take a picture of the hard campsite and there's barely anybody there. There's nobody there. That is sad. And they're booking arenas like the Target Center, which holds like 20,000 people, and you barely see around between 2,000 and 4,000 or 5,000 people. And then you go to the Kia Forum, yeah, you had like 10,000 people because, oh yeah, it's Bucks country. The Young Bucks live in California. And then they got like 10,000 people because it's California. Grand Slam didn't sell out, which was strange because the year before that they sold out. And they're trying to do a Canadian tour starting in March. You think they're going to sell a lot of tickets? Probably not. And they sold almost 40,000 tickets for All In because it's in London. Because everybody in the UK loves wrestling. So they might top 81,000 or 82,000 from this past year. They might break that record. I don't know, but I don't know what's going to happen with AEW. They might go on FX. Warner is like, you know what? We don't want nothing to do with you right now. WWE's red hot. Punk is there. We're gonna give them a big offer. From what I heard, Warner Brothers has I think they offered Hunter and Nick Khan $4 million a year to be on the WBD. $4 million a year? That's kind of cheap. Very cheap. So, maybe I would, if I was Tony Khan, I would, really put a good pitch in for, to keep AEW on Warner Brothers for the next few years. Or maybe listen to FX's offer. And if FX's offer is better than Warner Brothers, I was like, yeah, go to FX. But then again, you can have Wednesday Night Dynamite on FX, and then you gotta figure out what to do with Rampage and Collision, where that's gonna be. If Collision and Rampage stay on TNT, which I doubt, but if they go to FX, like, where do you put that? Because basically FX is all movies anyway. With certain TV basically it's a movie channel. With certain things there, but I mean, they're looking to garner a new, younger audience, so yeah, I think AEW would be perfect, or Raw would be perfect for FX. But where, besides Monday nights on Raw, where would you put Dynamite? You put it back on Wednesday nights, and that'll be an actual good thing, because when October hits on TBS, Dynamite will be preempted because of the baseball playoffs. So putting on FX, you got nothing there. There's nothing that will preempt FX. Anything on FX, really. Same thing with Raw. And then you can put Rampage and Collision on FX on the weekend as well. I mean, like I said, what do you got? Movies? We're gonna preempt fucking Collision because you have a whole day marathon of some horror movie or maybe Star Wars or whatever. I think FX is a perfect home for wrestling, whether it be Raw or Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. But I mean, we'll see what happens with that. All right, I'm gonna end really quickly on this note. CM Punk. Speaking of CM Puke, he was backstage at NXT this past Tuesday, and there is reports that he's going to have a significant role in NXT in the future. Ringside News has an article called CM Punk's expected future involvement with WWE NXT unveiled. Alright, so let's get into this little thing. CM Punk return to WWE appears to have led to brand new opportunities with Endeavor's Mark Shapiro, along with Nick Khan, and Paul Levesque, Hunter, holding meetings with WWE on Monday morning. It appears that they are using Punk as leverage in a huge way as far as their pitch to get on the Warner Bros. Discovery Network. Someone who pretty much, Punk, who Warner Bros. Discovery used to have as a part of AEW, blah, blah, blah. Punk showing up in NXT was a big treat. He was also at the Performance Center a couple of days ago, and that brought in a lot of questions about his future, like when he decides to hang it up, maybe he'll go to NXT and be a coach, or do something with, maybe be a backstage producer, per se, for the young men and women. So, as noted yesterday on Ringside News, there was a report that surfaced online that claimed Punk was looking to get into a leadership role at the Performance Center, coach, basically, and possibly even replace Shawn Michaels as the head of operations. Ooh. However, Fightful Select was quick to shoot that down. Imagine Punk running NXT. That would be weird. According to, I don't know how to say this name, Ibao? Of Wrestle Purist had a good connection with sources close to Punk, says that Punk's long-term goal is to succeed the 58-year-old Shawn Michaels in heading up NXT. WWE officials tell Fightful that something like that will be a long way off, and there are no plans as of right now for Shawn Michaels to wrap up his run in NXT anytime soon. I mean, he's 58, but don't know how much more he has in the tank. I would say another 15, maybe 20 years. I mean, if Paul Levesque, Hunter, is like around the same age, a little bit younger than HBK, and he's basically the owner and running WWE day-by-day productions and shit with Nick Khan, Hunter's probably got like at least 30 years left. WWE's gonna be fine with Hunter at the helm. It's gonna be fine. As far as NXT goes, I think it's in good hands with Allstate. I mean, it's in good hands with Shawn Michaels, but, when Hunter eventually passes away, which probably won't be in, like 30 or so years, because Vince is 77, so, and he still has ties with the company, but who knows how many more years we're gonna have Vince around. Not wishing him death or anything, I just, he's old. I mean, what else does he have left to do? Now Hunter and Nick Khan, not so much Stephanie, hi Steph, are doing anything right now. I think when Hunter goes, I think maybe Nick Khan will take over, depending on how old he is by then, or, maybe Hunter's kids will take over, maybe Shane's kids will take over. Some McMahon will probably keep the family legacy going and keep WWE afloat from, 2070 to 2100 or whatever, into the 22nd century. Whatever century we're in. I don't even know what century we're in, but I think we're in the 22nd or 21st or 22nd century. I mean, we're getting close, I think, to the 22nd century. I don't even know. But whatever. When Hunter dies, and Shawn Michaels dies, I think WWE and NXT will be still in good hands with somebody maybe like the McMahons, or we'll get a new person from somewhere, like a big, rich millionaire or billionaire, to run WWE. Because I don't think wrestling's ever gonna die. WWE's never gonna go out of business. Never, ever, ever. Same thing with, like, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Other companies, like Ring of Honor, Impact, probably AEW, in, like, the next 5 to 30, 40 years will probably be extinct. Then again, TNA will still be around 40 years later. I thought it was dead! Well, yeah, you thought that 2014 to 2019, pretty much. But the little engine that could, still chugging 23 years later almost. Crazy. Crazy that and Ring of Honor is still around. But Impact's doing way better than Ring of Honor right now. Way better. Not even Impact no more, and it's about to beat TNA on January, I think I forgot what date, Hard to Kill, I forget what date that is. I think it's January 13th or January 20th, something like that. But pretty much early January, TNA's coming back. So, all the belts are going to change to basically being called the TNA World Title, TNA Knockouts Title, TNA Tag Team Titles, TNA Digital Championship. Stuff like that. But, TNA will still be around for as long as they can stay around with, they have a great freaking relationship with Anthem Sports right now. I wish they had a better TV deal instead of Access, but who knows what's going to happen with that. That's another good destination for TNA. Go to FX. But, if they want to stay on Access, which not a lot of people have, unless you have, the rich man's dish, or satellite, whether you have DirecTV or whatever, or even you have Roku, or Amazon Fire Stick, or whatever you get, that you watch TNA. TNA still be around somehow on TV. But I think TNA, Ring of Honor, they need a major TV deal. Major. Not to say FX is major, but how many people actually get FX and watch FX? Not FX, sorry, Access. Not that many people. And barely they're getting around 75 to 100,000 people watching Impact every Thursday night. It's sad. And freaking New Japan's right after that. And then you got Women of Wrestling. AJ's, what used to be AJ's thing, AJ Lee's thing. Barely nobody watches that. And now it's on Channel 55 on Sunday nights, I think, on Channel 55 in New York. It's hard to find, good stations, good cable stations or anywhere to get wrestling right now, because some stations don't even want to deal with wrestling. Fox being one of them. Fox were like, alright, we're going to have you for like 2 years and then we're kicking you out. USA Network has been the home of Monday Night Raw. For how long? I don't know. Now they're getting SmackDown on Friday night. That helps out SmackDown from, being preempted on Fox for baseball playoffs or whatever. Raw hasn't pretty much been preempted since, like, the old days when they had, during February when they had the stupid dog show. Now, it's never been preempted. Every week has been a live show or, when they have Christmas or whatever on a Monday night, usually around Christmas time, they have a preempted edition, a tape episode of Raw, and then they'll have taped episodes of SmackDown because of the baseball playoffs, or they'll move them to another night or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, Punk might take over for HBK in the future, but Ibu also noted that Punk will be observing TV production, something he was known to do in OVW and would often bend Paul Heyman's ear about. Very interesting. And this is the update. And an update on Punk's future endeavors with the NXT brand. During his Rumor and Innuendo podcast, Nick Hausman stated that CM Punk won't be a regular face around the Performance Center. However, Punk being around was still a big treat for some of the talent. So, CM Punk was backstage a few times. He was there on Tuesday. He wants to become the new Shawn Michaels, take over for Shawn when he wraps up his time there. He sent a text to someone in Punk's camp, got a laughing emoji back. Obviously, like, yeah, Punk running NXT. They're funny. This is not going to be a big thing. People that Nick Hausman spoke to, they don't believe that it'll be a regular thing. He was there working out, maybe getting some medical things done. You know, because he's a brittle piece of shit. I mean, Punk has a lot of possibilities going for him when he finally hangs it up. Whatever he wants to do, he wants to go back to the UFC and do some commentary. He could even replace like a schmuck like Kevin Patrick on commentary. So Punk doesn't have to necessarily leave WWE. I mean, his in-ring career would be pretty much over, but he can always go back on commentary. That'd be fun. I know Michael Cole won't be there that long, but Punk wants to do commentary. He ain't got to do play-by-play. I'll tell you that much. He'll do color. But then, who would be the lead guy? Like Vic Joseph? Well, maybe I doubt it, but they'll bring back Tom Phillips. Or maybe Punk will just be. Maybe Punk will go to NXT and be, with Vic Joseph on commentary. I think it'd be way better than Booker T. No offense, Booker T, but oh yeah, yeah, man. And then incoherently talk about like, what the hell are you talking about, Booker T? Did you smoke a bowl this morning? Weird. But in any case, I'm going on for an hour. It's just like a little bit of a podcast per se, but I had a lot to talk about. But I could have done 2 separate videos, but I wanted to do a whole big video about it. And if you don't like that, then don't watch the fucking video, but you watched enough of it, so it is what it is. So I'm going to leave it at that. Leave me your thoughts and opinions where you think Raw possibly will go. It would be FX, or they might strike a deal with Warner Brothers. See what happens with that. Leave me your thoughts and opinions down below on that. And let me know what you guys think about CM Punk possibly taking over Shawn Michaels' job at NXT. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channels, all down below. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Most importantly, tap and slap that fucking bell so you get more. And that's all I gotta say about that. So I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will be putting this up in a little bit. Then I'm gonna go right into my NXT review from Tuesday night, right here, once again on this very channel, the Peter fucking Joseph channel. And then maybe later tonight, maybe in about another hour or two, probably before I go to bed, because I gotta go to bed early, because I gotta take the old kitty cat. I gotta take the wrestling cat to the vet tomorrow. So gotta do that, and I'll try to get the Ring of Honor review up later tonight or possibly tomorrow, along with my Final Battle predictions. So we got a lot of stuff coming your way this weekend, so please hit that bell so you don't miss anything on my respective channels. And that's it. Alright, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out, rock on, and rock hard with your cookoot. And if you're not down with that, well, you're pretty much SOL. And you know what that means. Heh. But if you're still not down with that, and still not down with me, well, that's just too bad, because me and a whole lot of people that support me and everything, we all got 3 words for you jealous motherfuckers. And that is, fuck you, man. That's pretty much it. You don't like it? Tough shit. And that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time. Peace.